So friends, now welcome to our class. So we'll be continuing that supply concepts. I'm going to share the screen. Basic concepts has already been discussed, but as I told right now, today we are going to learn two more concepts, that is composite supply and mixed supply. Okay, slide is visible to you?
No, sir.
No. Slide is not visible to you?
No, sir.
Oh, just a minute. Just a minute. Yeah, I think now it will be visible to you. Are you able to see the slides? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So in supply concept, in case you have any doubt, you may feel free to ask me in between what we have learned. So initially, as we have discussed repeatedly, that we learned various definitions which are relevant to the concept of supply, like goods, services, etc. You learned all these definitions are important to understand the concept of supply. These definitions we cover. Only after doing that thing, we try to understand the concept of supply, and we know that two sections are relevant. Section 7 I had already explained you, that explains the meaning and scope of supply. Then section 8 talks about what section 8 talks about. Can you read and tell me?
Taxability of composite and mixed supplies.
Yes. So that is what I have not taught you. You may be knowing, may not be knowing also. So what is composite supply? What is mixed supply? That is what we are going to learn today. Then these three schedules are important. Schedule 1 talks about what?
Activities to be treated as supply even if made without consideration.
So, consideration is one of the important factor. Right, in supply definition, we have understood that. But Schedule 1 contains a list of items which can be treated as supply even without consideration. And what is Schedule 2?
Activities or transactions to be treated as supply of goods or as supply of services.
The schedule clearly identified that these are the supply of goods, these are the supply of services. And Schedule 3 talks about
Activities or transactions which shall be treated neither as supply of goods nor as supply of services.
okay, we'll call it something like we may call it as a negative list. That means they are neither supply of goods nor supply of services. Okay. And when you talk about this schedule, the schedules means what? The schedules are in which act? You have to understand. When I talk about the schedule, I am talking about the schedules of CGST Act. Okay, not IGST Act, not SGST Act. I am referring to Schedule 1, Schedule 2, Schedule 3 of CGST Act. I had already shown you those schedules in the Act itself, right? Okay, so these sections, Section 7, 8, Schedule 1, Schedule 2, Schedule 3 are important to understand the concept of supply, right? So Section 7, I had explained you all the thing, and this is how Schedule 1 looks like. You have also seen all this concept you have seen, Schedule 1, 2, 3, all this concept you have seen. Then we have discussed various issues, various cases, various analysis to understand the concept of supply. Okay. All these discussions are over now. What is consideration? And few cases, small caselets we had discussed in your previous class, and today we'll enter into this part, Section 8. Just give me a minute. Let me visit up to that point. Yes. Composite and mixed supply, that is what we are going to discuss. Section 8. Right. Okay. Now, what is composite supply? First of all, if you see the clauses of section 8. First, let me read the clause A. Clause A. Can you please read clause A of section 8? Or we start reading from here, entire section 8. Please read it.
Should I read?
Yeah, tax liability on a composite or mixed supply shall be determined in the following manner. So law specifies that the tax liability of composite supply or mixed supply shall be determined in the following manner, namely A. Please read.
The tax liability on a composite or a mixed supply shall be determined in the following manner, namely, clause A, a composite supply comprising of two or more supplies, one of which is principal supply, shall be treated as a supply of such principal supply. And clause B.
Please wait. First, let us finish understanding this particular clause. So, as you say, it says the composite supply comprising two or more supplies. That means in case of composite supply, one important thing is that definitely it involves more than one supply, at least two supplies or more supply. A single supply cannot be a composite supply. Is it not? So, there might be two or more goods, two or more services, or goods and services combination of both. That may also involve. But definitely supply is more than one. Is it not? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. And if that is so, it says one of which is a principal supply. That means if multiple things are supplied, one of which shall be a principal supply. That means one of that item will be called as the principal item, and the other item or all other item shall be regarded as the ancillary or incidental item. Okay. So in case of composite supply, we have to find out which is the principal supply. First of all, we have to see whether this supply is a composite supply or not. If it is so, then what is the principal supply?
So one will be principal supply and the others will be?
Other will be ancillary supply. Okay. Okay. Right. So we'll be discussing about all these things. What is composite supply definition will be seen. But what this particular section says, of which is a principal supply, shall be treated as a supply of such principal supply. So it shall be treated as if the principal supply has been made. That means ancillary supply shall also be treated like principal. Understood? Or should I give an example?
Can you repeat it again?
Okay. First, let us read this law once again. I want all of us should read it and try to understand from this section itself. Then I will give you some example. Okay. Try to understand it. Then I will help you with the help of some example. A composite supply comprising of two or more supplies. Composite supply definitely will comprise two or more supplies. One of which is a principal supply. So definitely one of that item will be regarded as the principal supply. Shall be treated as a supply of such principal supply. You might be a little confused that what does it mean. That means when several items are supplied, let us say item A, B, C, D, E are supplied. And let us say it is a composite supply. Out of this, let us say A is the principal supply. Okay. If A is the principal supply, all items B, C, D, etc., they will be also treated as if principal item has been supplied. Okay. So accordingly, the GST which is applicable to the principal item, that will be applicable to other ancillary items also. Did you understand or not able to understand?
Can you please repeat your last statement?
Okay, I once again repeat from the very beginning without giving an example. Purposefully, I am not giving you any example. I want you should be
No, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I want you to repeat your example only.
No, example I will be telling you. Just give me 1 second. I want to understand this legal wordings. Example, we have to generate an example. Okay. Example,
Okay,
if I give you, only in 1 second, he'll be able to understand. But purposefully, I am not giving any example. I am insisting that you should read the law and try to understand. Okay. The moment I'll give you an example, you'll find it, oh, it is so simple. But again, you will read, you will try to understand the meaning of this. Okay, composite supply comprising 2 or more supplies, one of which is a principal supply, shall be treated as a supply of such principal supply. That means for all ancillary supplies shall also be treated as a principal supply. So composite supply includes multiple supplies, right? And one of them is a principal supply. Other items are ancillary supplies. Okay, but the entire composite supply shall be treated as if principal supply has been made. Okay. So first of all, we need to understand if it is composite supply or not. Okay, I will give an example right now. First of all, you see we have to treat what is composite supply or not. I was not giving example of composite supply because I had not explained you the definition of composite supply. That I will be explaining. But at this stage also, let me give an example. Suppose, friends, you see, suppose you are purchasing something like, think of an example, maybe. Yeah, let us say you purchase a printer, computer printer. Okay. Right. Understood? Printer you can understand? Yes or no? Keep on
Yes, sir.
responding. Yeah.
yes.
So let us say in the printer itself, one cartridge is supplied. Is it a composite supply? Printer is supplied. Supplier is giving you one cartridge. Okay. It will be regarded as a composite supply. Why it will be regarded as a composite supply? We'll be seeing the definition of composite supply, then we will understand. In that case, what will happen? Cartridge will be treated as if a printer. Okay. Because the principal item, which is the principal item? What is this principal supply? That also will be understanding. But at this stage, by applying your mind, you say whether cartridge is the principal item or printer is the principal item.
Printer, sir.
Printer. So principal supply is printer. Okay. So cartridge will also be treated as printer. Right. Suppose cartridge is charged at a different rate. Let us say cartridge is taxable at 28%, but printer is taxable at 18%. Now, friends, tell me, if you say it is a composite supply, right? If it is a composite supply, then cartridge will be charged at what rate?
18%.
18%. If you can prove this is a composite supply, but if it is not a composite supply, that's a different thing. Okay, but if you can plan or bundle the goods in such a way that it will become a composite supply, then you see that can be taxed at the rate which is applicable to the principal supply. Are you visualizing some kind of tax planning scope here? There is some scope. That means things can be bundled. If things can be bundled and the bundled supply can be designed as a composite supply, then the entire goods shall be taxed like the principal supply. Okay, but you see, if it is not a composite supply, meaning let us say it is a mixed supply. Mixed supply is different. Now, please read what is the point B. What is point B? Please read.
A mixed supply comprising of 2 or more supplies shall be treated as supply of that particular supply that attracts highest rate of tax.
Yeah, mixed supply is different. Composite supply is different. Let us say mixed supply. Okay, composite supply right now you have understood as something you can say if it is naturally bundled. That means naturally it comes like this. Whenever you buy a printer, you know naturally it comes with a cartridge. So since they are naturally bundled, you can call it as a composite supply. But let us say something is not naturally bundled. A particular shopkeeper, let us say, is doing something. He has packed some item. Let us say one chocolate, one biscuit, one ice cream. They packed. They made a beautiful packet and selling it as a gift pack. Can you say it is a naturally bundled item? Or you say artificially unbundling has been done by the shopkeeper?
natural, sir.
Do you think it is natural? That means always it comes like this?
Artificial.
Artificial. Always it doesn't come like this. Certain things comes, you say, naturally it will come. Many things you say, naturally you come. You buy a laptop, charger will be there. Or by default, you buy a laptop, one charger is of course quite incidental. Suppose you see with the laptop, you get a carry bag. Is it not? Or you get a backpack. It's normal. All laptop supplier gives it. So you can, that is naturally bundled. Is it not? But if somebody gives something extra, then it is, you can say, artificially bundled. Let us say with laptop, someone is giving what extra we can think. One mobile phone is given. Laptop, mobile phone, one pack. Then should we call it as the composite supply, mixed supply? Laptop, mobile. Laptop with mobile phone.
Mixed.
It's a mixed supply. It's a mixed supply. Is it not? The composite supply, mixed supply, this concept came GST, because GST law, of course, it's a new law. We don't have much case laws in this field. But similar kind of debate, similar kind of cases were there under excise law. There are a lot of dispute, lot of case laws are there. Similar concept. Okay, suppose along with vehicle toolbox are supplied. So there also same principle is applied. Is it a composite supply or mixed supply? Rates might be different. Okay, when the tax rates are different, then always dispute comes. That which rate it shall be charged. So now you have understood what is mixed supply. But if the supply is not a composite supply, it is a mixed supply. Mixed supply also involves two or more supplies. Then how it will be taxed? It will be treated as supply of that particular supply. Okay, we got stopped because of poor connectivity. I think it's okay now. Audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just give me a minute. I have to share it once again. Yeah, visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now you see, coming to this mixed supply. Here how it will be taxable? Mixed supply shall be treated as a supply of that particular supply that attracts highest rate of tax. Suppose in the packet, in the gift pack, let us say one ice cream is there which is taxed at the rate of 20%, and one chocolate is there which is taxed at the rate of 18%. Okay, now how it will be taxed? How chocolate will be taxed? Is it 18% or 28%?
Say 28%.
28%. That means entire thing will be charged at 28% at the highest. Okay, if it is so, now the key thing is that one has to distinguish if it is a composite supply or mixed. If it is a composite supply, it takes the character of or the color of the principal supply. If it is a mixed supply, then tax shall be charged at the rate which is highest. Okay, highest means in that mixed supply, all these items, all the supplies has to be considered. Okay, and it will be treated that the entire supply has been made as if it shall be treated as the supply of the particular supply that attracts highest rate of tax. Okay, I think you got broadly, you have understood. Right, and all these concepts will come where the combination of goods or combination of services or combination of goods and services or both are supplied. Only those cases these issues will come. So there we have to distinguish whether it's a composite supply or it's a mixed supply. And to distinguish whether it's a composite supply or mixed supply, one has to consider this concept, whether these supplies are naturally bundled or not naturally bundled. So what is the key issue? How they are bundled. Are they naturally bundled or not naturally bundled? Okay, now coming to this explanation of composite supply. What does it mean? Mean a supply made by a taxable person to a recipient and comprises two or more taxable supplies of goods or services or both or any combination of thereof. That means one taxable person is supplying made by a taxable person. That means a single taxable person is supplying to a recipient. It consists of more than one taxable supplies. It may involve goods, services, or both thereof are naturally bundled. So bundling should be natural and supplied in conjunction with each other in ordinary course of business. In ordinary course of business, you should find that this kind of supplies are made. Okay, this is quite common in many type of business. You can find it's the normal practice to supply one thing, a particular thing along with some other thing, right? And one of which is a principal supply. One thing is the principal supply, other things are incidentally it will be supplied with that. This means that in a composite supply, goods or services, both are bundled owing to natural necessities. It's a natural necessity to bundle them. The elements in composite supply are dependent on the principal supply. So it will be taxed as per the principal supply. Okay. All that we have to find out. We have to find out whether they are naturally bundled or not. If they are naturally bundled, then we have to treat it like principal supply. Now, what is this principal supply? It means the supply of goods and services which constitute the predominant element of composite supply. The entire supply we'll see which is that supply that constitutes the predominant element. For example, we took that example in case of, let us say, laptop plus bag, laptop plus backpack. So laptop is the predominant element. Or printer, cartridge. Printer is the predominant element. So you can say the supply is predominant element in the supply is printer, not cartridge. So printer is the principal supply. And all other supply, let us say cartridge is given and one cable is given. All these things are incidental or ancillary supply. Okay. And it will be said that all supplies will take the character or take the color of principal supply. Okay. So a composite supply comprising of both or more supplies, one of which is a principal supply, shall be treated as a supply of such principals. Accordingly, tax will be levied. Okay. Now here is an example. Let me say, you see this example. Let us read it. Example is that ABC manufacturers entered into a contract with CDE Limited, okay, for supply of ready-made shirts packed in designer boxes at CDE Limited's outlet. ABC manufacturers should also get them insured against transit. In this case, supply of goods, packaging material, transport, insurance is a composite supply, wherein supply of goods is the principal supply. Understood this example?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, are you getting this example? So there is one manufacturer who is supplying ready-made garments to a art store. But you see, in the supply process, what is included? Goods are supplied, they are packed in boxes. Transport charges, transport supplies, transport services are also supplied. Plus the insurance services are also supplied. Okay. Now tell me, what do you feel? It is a mixed supply or composite supply? Is it normal trade practice? And when goods are supplied, it is supplied like this. Is it naturally bundled or not?
Yes, it is naturally bundled. Like
It is
in
naturally
case of
bundled. You
supply
can say this is a
of
normal trade practice in this kind of business. You can find it's quite not natural. If that is so, you tell me what is the principal supply?
the supply of the ready-made shirts.
Ready-made shirts. Yeah, that is what. That's what in this case also. Same thing is answered here. Now, few other things we'll take. Just an example. Just these examples we'll go through. When a consumer buys television sets, he also gets warranty, maintenance, etc. Don't you think this is also composite supply? When you buy a TV set, you'll be getting warranty. That's also supply of services, maintenance contract. So they are also composite supply, right? So principal supply is TV, supply of TV, isn't it? So that is this. This is also the normal practice in the trade. That TV will come with some warranty, then maybe with some limited period maintenance contract. Similarly, air ticket traveling cases. In that case also, many airlines provide this service of food, maybe free insurance. All these services are provided, or uh, they also collect some charges for use of airport lounge, right? So all these things you see, they are also composite supplies. What is principal supply? Is the main traveling ticket cost, right? Travel ticket is the main thing, or the principal supply. Along with this, all these things as well. Okay. Same kind of situation will also come in case of works contract or restaurant services, whether they are supplying goods or they are supplying services. Works contract, whether they are providing material or they are doing some kind of construction. Okay, but however, for these two issues, that works contract and restaurant services, GST law has clearly identifies that both are supply of services. So works contract is also a supply of services. Restaurant services are also supply of services. There is no confusion because GST law for these two cases has clearly identified them. Okay. For other issues, we have to think whether they're principal supply, or whether mixed supply or composite suppliers. Now, as you know, one important thing or one important concept to find out whether a particular supply is a mixed supply or composite supply is to see that whether these supplies are bundled in ordinary course of business or not. Is it not? So how to know that they are bundled in ordinary course of business? It depends. It depends upon whether normally it is packed like this, it is bundled like this, or is it a frequent practice? Most of the cases you find it is a practice is like that. This has to be bundled. If it is a normal practice or frequent practice, then you can say this is an ordinary course of business, they are bundled. If it is not so, then it is not an ordinary course of business. You have to think it may be a mixed supply. Okay. Normal and frequent practices adopted in the business can be ascertained. And also it can be ascertained from several other indicators. Some of the indicators we'll be discussing now. First indicator is that the perception of the consumer. Suppose consumer expects, okay, most of the cases it's a normal expectation or frequent expectation, frequent of the customers like this. The moment a customer buys a laptop, he feels that supplier will give him a backpack or a leather bag it will give. So is it a normal expectation of the consumer? Can you give some other example like this, where the normally customer is expected that you have to give this thing? Where normal customers expect. Can you give me some more example? Who can give me? Can anybody? Yeah. Any example you are able to?
So,
Yes.
So whenever we go shopping and we get a shopping bag, so
Hmm.
we don't charge anything for the shopping bag, then does it come under such supplies, or is it has nothing to do with mixed supply or composite supply?
Now you tell me your decision, then I will give me my opinion.
Sorry, sir.
You tell me your decision. Is it composite or is it mixed? Then I will give my opinion.
So Reliance Fresh. So if I want them to give me a carry bag, then I have to pay some extra money to them
Yes.
for the shopping bag. So
Yes.
I don't know, sir. That's why I'm asking you, sir.
Yeah. What do you think? How to know it is a composite supply or not? First of all, you have to see, is it ordinary course of business? Is it normal perception is that, do you expect that the sub again there was some connectivity issue? Am I audible now?
Your voice is breaking.
Voice is breaking now. Today net connectivity is very poor. I'm trying to manage. Am I audible now?
No, sir.
Not audible. Okay. But it seems audio is fine. Not audible?
So you can turn off your video, so then the network might work properly.
Am I audible now? No.
So your voice is breaking.
No, sir, not audible, sir. Breaking.
Not audible, no? Wait a minute, please.